Hey everybody, how you doing? We wanted to talk about the power of music and the impact that the River Music Experience has had in the past, going out, running our programming for schools, after school programs. We get to see the results every time that we're out and about. I'm going to give one example. The very first time I ever went to Blackhawk Area Special Education Center was a really interesting trip for me. My first class, I got a trash can thrown at me. Out of excitement, I started playing music. They lost their music teacher. They lost their music program. Ellis Kell and I immediately just set up for us to go to this school once a week for the whole entire school year. And that first trip, I started playing music. And this kid got so excited, stood up, grabbed the little trash can, and just like blatantly threw it. It just happened to come right at me. And this was in like the first 30 seconds of the song too, because the kid stood up and started dancing. And if I didn't peripherally see this can coming at me and move, I would have got dinged, but for a good reason. But the second class that I went to was the severe and profound class, which means the students in this class can't breathe, can't eat, can't walk on their own. And when I started playing, halfway through my 45-minute program, the teachers started crying, and I thought I was doing something wrong. I didn't know what to do. And after the song, they explained to me that this very beautiful young lady smiled, and it was the first time in months that she showed emotion in her face. And of course, I got extremely emotional. And we've built our programming at a lot of schools and after school programs and like special need facilities off of that exact moment, because that is the absolute impact of and the power of music. Is it just brings joy. Music is about expressing emotion, and the emotion that day, it was just too much for all of us. In a very positive light. So that's one story I wanted to share,
Yeah. Some of the stuff that I always think about whenever anybody asks about RME programs is I think about a lot of our seasonal camps, our summer camps, and our Ellis Kell Winter Blues Camp. I've been lucky enough that I've been involved in pretty much every year of RME camps, and I've gotten to see a lot of kids who they show up and they're shy and they're nervous and they are they're hesitant to even take their guitar out of the case. But slowly they start to open up a little bit more. They meet these other kids that have the same interests as them, that they want to make a bunch of noise and they want to play music. And they make these friends, and they start to step outside their comfort zone a little bit. And by the time the concert comes around, they're rocking out there on the stage. And then they come back the next year, and all of a sudden they've taken this huge leap in their playing, where now they have like the confidence in what they're doing, and they get better and better each year. And honestly, even outside of their playing ability, I love getting to see how they then help the new kids. There's been this really cool culture that's developed in Kidstock and Winter Blues, where the older kids now they get it and they know where they were at when they see these younger kids, and so they're totally willing and they're even excited to help these younger kids and pass on that knowledge that they've figured out. You just keep getting more and more and these better players that just keep showing up because the next generation's helping them out, and it's just a really, really cool thing to see. A lot of times when people talk about music communities and music scenes, sometimes it can be a little bit of a negative thing.
Kind of divided.
It can be divided. It can be very competitive. And you just don't get that with these kids when they're coming through and they're taking it out into the community after they age out of Kidstock and Winter Blues, and it's a very cool thing to see.
That's a really large impact of kind of the results of the camps that have been happening at the RME since it's opened, is all of the collaboration with the kids. Even if one kid likes heavy metal and you have a girl from Muscatine and she likes Taylor Swift and country music, is that they're friends, they get it. It's all about the passion and the respect they have for each other wanting to play music. The goal is to make a stronger community of musicians and music lovers in the Quad Cities So a lot of these kids are now out playing gigs in the Quad Cities,
Yeah.
supporting one another. And you're right, like bridging the gap of that great divide, which is absolutely what we need. And one more quick impact story of camps and all of that is you, my friend. You know, you going through our camps and you just being so great at wanting to help the younger students. Ellis made you an instructor right away at a really young age.
Yeah.
And the fact that you get to be on our team and all that you do in the community for the River Music Experience is second to none, man. You know, so we really appreciate you and all that you do, because what you just described, you're a huge part of that. And you know, I'm excited for the future and see what the Army can hold for everybody out there. So there's a couple stories for you.
The future's exciting.